Mike Draco across the line first tonight from Cincinnati, Ohio. Hey, it's great to see all you guys here Sunday. Time for Shop Talk. I'm Chris with Cycle Source Magazine. I'm going to be your host for the next 90 to 120 minutes. All the two-wheel bullshit we can fit. Killer show lined up for tonight. Everyone from the FXR Friends Throwdown last year is building a chopper this year. They're coming back to Arizona Bike Week with brand new builds, and we got them all on the show tonight. Well, enough of them anyway. I don't know about all. I don't know if we could fit all of them. I don't know if we have enough time. I don't know if the FCC would keep from breaking our door down halfway through the show. Either way, it's going to be a killer show. In 4 minutes, we're going live with this episode of Shop Talk. Remember, all you have to do for us to help spread this all across the land is hit the like, follow, share buttons. Make sure that your friends and neighbors know when we go live with Shop Talk. 4 minutes, grab a cold one, get ready. We're going live. Oh my goodness, there's so many of you guys here tonight. You must be excited about choppers too. Robin Higginbottom in with us, Greg White from Tejas, Jeremy Valentine, Fort Wayne, Indiana, Dennis Stauber, Big D in the house, Rob Nussbaum, Team Retro Cycle, Bruno Coppola from snowy Laconia. You keep that shit up there. Russ Journey, Kearney, Nebraska, Dennis Mason, Indiana. Good to see all you guys here, man. Shop Talk, in case you're wondering, in case you happen upon this accidentally, goes live every Sunday night at 9 p.m. on the East Coast. It's a motorcycle program. It's what we do here. Motorcycle stuff with motorcycle people for an allotted motorcycle time. We're doing it again this Sunday. 2.5 minutes. We're going live with Shop Talk. All right, looks like we got Speed Precision Cycles in the house with us tonight. Jeremy Valentine, Velvet Hammer article was killer, right on. Great issue this month, man. My favorite issue of the year is the year in review issue. And this year, it was a hard year to get through, so it seemed even better. Lots of great stuff in that. If you haven't had a chance to get out to the newsstand, pick it up. It's just going to be hitting the newsstands now. And that has all of our best of awards and everything. We'll talk about that later on the show. But the big news is Chopper Friends Throwdown. Gonna be sick. I don't know how we're gonna keep all these cats in line. 1.5 minutes, we're going live with it though. There's no turning back now. Charlie Strubble, what's up? Listen, if you are watching this from anywhere on the planet and you want to get involved, you don't have to just sit back and watch what we're doing, listen to our bullshit. Anywhere you're watching from, YouTube, Facebook, any of the 15 channels we broadcast through, just put your comment right there. It'll come through the wows of all of this technology and show up right on the screen. I don't know how it happens. That's actually not true. I know how it happens. We pay a company a lot of money and they have a program that makes this shit show up. 1 minute, we're going live. Rush Journey, are you guys still doing paper magazines? Yeah, but they're glossy paper now. It's got color and all kind of pictures. Did you
101 uses?
Did you put him up to this?
I did.
That's bullshit. All right, man. 41 seconds. I guess it's time to cut you guys loose and start this show. Let's get this one out of the station, up on the tracks, and go live with this week's installment of Shop Talk. right, scooter tramps and chopper jockeys all across the land. It's just after 9 p.m. on the East Coast. That means it's time for another episode of America's favorite motorcycle news and information show, ShopTalk. I'm your host, Chris Callen, coming to you live 50 floors beneath the street level from the Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studio. What's up, everybody? How's your week?
I had to smoke some extra weed for this, just to let you all know.
Mark, I don't smoke, never have, but I wish.
Tonight's the night.
Tonight, I
Tonight's
think
the
maybe I should have, because let me tell you what, pre-show was a shit show.
I got
saying.
I smoked enough. I got you covered.
I should have been recording
Contact.
in the pre-show. I should have been recording.
Dude,
So,
all I can say is I want a gingerbread house, damn it. That's all I can tell you.
Oh my
Hey,
god!
besides-
Susie, I'm putting that
Missouri,
on you. I
Jamie.
want a damn gingerbread house.
I have one up here. You just have to put it together.
Oh, that sounds like
Do you
fun.
want it? You can take it home with you.
That's going to be next year's deal. We're going to get everybody together, and they all have to build a gingerbread house.
A
and
gingerbread
present it
motorcycle.
on the
The
show.
gingerbread
Dude, that'd be
throwdown.
So cool. Paul Yaffe just ruined everybody's Christmas.
So, in case you guys are just tuning in and wondering what everyone's talking about, we have most of the guys that are builders in the Chopper Friends Throwdown on tonight's show to kick this thing off. We're all in the garage feverishly working away at what will be, I'm sure, positive, the most incredible collection of custom motorcycles to ever roll out all at the same time. We're going to ride like we did last year with the FXR Friends Throwdown, ride from Winslow, Arizona, down through the canyon into Scottsdale, arrive at Arizona Bike Week. It's going to be absolutely
It's
off
going
the
to be
hook.
pretty awesome
Yep.
if you guys survive.
Well,
What do you mean?
whole
What?
different story.
Hey.
That's a whole different story.
I don't know. No, I mean y'all will make it. I just. It's
The confidence just pours from her, Mark.
No, it does. Like, I know you'll get it done, and I know you will have
was
a
gonna say-
beautiful panhead, but I'll tell you what. You have, like, 7 little frame adornments, and most of the other guys have, like, rollers.
Hey, didn't we talk about you comparing my stuff to other guys' stuff way early on in our relationship? Didn't we say that
Hey, it all came. It
I'm
was
just
Sugar Bear that
saying.
started that, didn't it? Wasn't it a Sugar Bear?
Sugar Bears is always longer, though. That's not fair. That's not fair. And you know what? Right now, we just need to get off that topic.
Well, I know Heather well enough to know she has nothing but faith in everybody that's on the
Oh, I
screen
know.
right now. So
Yep. Absolutely. And it's going to be beautiful. I'm
Oh,
super excited.
it will. It's going to be so epic. I'm probably going to make it for this.
Yeah.
Oh, my
So
gosh.
there's a very,
Really, Mark?
very
Mark's
good
coming to
possibility.
Arizona.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, that'll be awesome. That'll be worth it in and of
Yeah,
itself.
I'm really trying to make that happen. I mean, just to hang out with all these guys.
Just quit your job. It'll
and I'm
be
gonna,
fine.
Well, that'd be great. And I'm gonna bring Jason a flannel shirt just to
So you can be part of the
everybody
Flannel
happy.
Mafia.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm looking forward to it.
Yay.
All right, man. So, hey, welcome to Shop Talk. Really appreciate you guys being here. There's a pile of you tonight, so thank you so much. Shovelhead Rich in the crowd. Mrs. Monkey is here. Radar's with us. Marsha Fitzpatrick. Jamie Roberts. Got to get back down and visit with Jamie. Every Sunday we do this show. Information, entertainment. We do some tech. We do feature bikes. It's basically a living embodiment of the magazine that, yes, we still do in print. We still do a paper magazine. But this is a lot of fun for us. It's been.
Hey, my mom, Miss Judy, gave us a raving endorsement of the most recent issue of the paper magazine. She said it was exceptionally good.
Well, there you go.
Well, Christmas is coming. She wanted a nice present.
Right? I was like,
She's patting
thank
our
you.
breath.
You don't usually like.
Yeah.
She's our biggest fan and harshest critic,
Right.
but for her to actually call and say,
This woman's far
Like-
from stupid.
"Oh
Trust me.
yeah," for her to actually call and say it was an exceptionally good issue.
So, like I
Means it
said,
didn't suck.
some entertainment, some interviews, feature bikes. We start the whole thing off with a little segment we call the news. The Shop Talk World Report is brought to you by Law Tigers. Get the compensation you deserve and get back on the road with Law Tigers. First up in the news tonight comes from My Biz and all about Buell. All about the Buell.
UL.
So Buell Motorcycle plans $6 million round to invest in new products and to add team members. The group behind the revival of high-performance brand Buell Motorcycle continues to build out its team, add sales infrastructure, and invest in new product engineering and development in West Michigan. The entire reason I'm reading this story, CEO Bill Melvin.
The Melvins. Is he from the Melvins?
Seriously, how could you sit at a board meeting with a guy named Melvin and not go, okay, Melvin.
Listen here, Melvin.
Listen here, Melvin, who led an effort to secure the rights to the Buell motorcycle name in 2020, said the company has made significant strides, including relaunching production last year from the iconic motorcycle superbike brand. Now, it goes on in the story to talk about all kind of stuff and, KTM and everything. But one of the parts was about the 1190 superbike. That's what we want to see. That was where Buell really, really hit their stride and hit the sweet spot. I really hope to see that. It up. Yeah, I really want to see that bike back. So, good luck to them.
Melvin.
Fingers crossed.
Good luck, Melvin.
Yeah, good luck, Melvin. We're such assholes.
No. Are you just...
Next up in the... This story came through this week and blew everybody's mind. It was actually on Torque on Thursday. Kraus Motor acquires MJK Performance Production, supporting and dealer pricing. Kraus Motor Company is pleased to announce the acquisition of MJK Performance. Kraus is now producing the MJK product line from their 20,000 square foot manufacturing and fulfillment facility in Utah. Customers should expect enhanced designs, quality, and superior workmanship with upgraded inventory management and customer service. This is a big thing. A lot of people super hot on the MJK line. Kraus putting the muscle behind it is definitely going to be a good thing for their fans and followers.
Everybody needs motors.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing to say?
No.
Okay. From Kevin.
I apparently need to get my my sound effects going this week.
There, I got you. Boo. From Kevin, Black Hills Fox, City of Sturgis helps kickstart schools' custom motorcycle build. A team of Mitchell Tech students are customizing a Harley-Davidson Road Glide motorcycle will be auctioned January 243 to the 28th. That's a long time for an auction, but at the Las Vegas Mecum auction.
January in history.
The build is being supported by the City of Sturgis and helping with horsepower. The city provided the motorcycle, and the cost of the parts has been covered by the City of Sturgis Motorcycle Rally. Custom Chrome USA and Rockwood Fosgate, official sponsors of the project. Other donations include Paul Yaffe's Bagger Nation, Clockworks, and Vance and Hines. Local painter Todd Dozark is providing painting services. Good for them.
Yeah,
they always do stuff through the Mitchell Tech, keeping kids involved in motorcycling. No, good for them.
So you glazed over it real quick. For those of you that watch ShopTalk every Sunday night, Torque is back on Thursday. Torque Performance.
Torque is back
with new host Brian Klock.
How you like that?
Wow, I didn't even know you had that ready. Look at you
What's
go.
up? Go ahead, continue your monologue.
So yeah, Torque Performance every Thursday night at 9 o'clock right here with Brian Klock from Clockworks and John from Hardcore Cycles. They're going to be covering the Go Fast stuff. Right?
I love watching John jump out of the shop.
I know.
So yeah, it was a blast. We had our first show this week, and Brian and John killed it. We had a great guest, and Jimmy Light from Horsepower Inc. And sounds like that show is going to be a lot of fun. There was a lot of excitement. A lot of the people that had been watching the show before were back on, and they were fired up about it. Hey, so we have a ton of stuff to get through here. We're going to take a real quick break and check out some tech from inside the Grease and Gears garage. When we come back on the other side, we're going to go straight to our guests. So please don't go anywhere. You're watching Shop Talk. Hey, this is Chris with Cycle Source Magazine. We're back in the Grease and Gears garage, and you guys have been following along for the last couple weeks as we got our frame fixture set up to start bending tubing to build our chopper frame for the Chopper Friends Throwdown coming up during Arizona Bike Week. Made some great progress with that. Actually, I'm gonna brag just a little bit because I completed my first wishbone. I'm told this is one of the most complicated sequences to do in tubing bending and pipe bending, whatever you want to call it. So I've done a number of these tall 70s choppers, little skinny choppers, and this time I wanted to do something different. So I got some 304 stainless. I'm going to be machining these down to make a cool little slip fixture. If you see on the picture here, you can see the templates, the little paper templates that I made up on the pan head frame. But ultimately what I'm going to do is, after they're machined with this little step in it, it's kind of a design that I made up, they're going to have an angle cut in them, and then, you know, we'll do little tiny stitch welds and get them on the frame. In the end, I want to have these polished up, high polished, so that they look like chrome. We'll tape those off, paint the rest of the frame black, and it'll give nice accents across the frame. But to do this, it starts out with some time on the lathe. You know, we're gonna step all of this down, get our little design in there to achieve the angle. And you guys might know a better way to do this. Cutting stainless is kind of hard with everything. With the lathe, with the bandsaw, it's sort of a pain in the ass. What I found the best way to get this angle in is to go over to the notching machine, our Mittler Brothers tubing notcher, and I got an 1.5 bit and took this 1.25 inches, it's a little less than 1.25 inches by the time it's machined down, and worked that in until I got my angle. It's kind of ugly to start, so this is where we have to take it and shape it. Then I take it over to the belt sander, contour this and shape it down nice. So I'm going to start with some 60 grit on the belt sander and just start moving these edges down and shape this thing. Now see, the hardest part is as it sits against the tubing, you want the square edge all the time. So, you know, thinking about that profile, now we're going to have to come in here with a different tool and sort of get some of that. I'd still like to see that sanded a little better. I have one more trick for that. And then the final steps, obviously, after going through all those machines, are going to be a lot of time on our hardened pipe sander, pipe and tube sander, and then over to the polishing machine, where we're going to bring it back up to a high polish. So before anybody yells about this, yes, I know this is not the way you're supposed to use this tool. No, I don't give a shit. This is how I use it. If you don't feel safe doing stuff like I do, please don't, because I hurt myself all the time. As careful as I can be, this is the best way I can use this tool. Next step is going to be the polisher. I have a couple different style brushes on here that I use. Funny thing is, you guys will see these videos in like 2 to 5 minute pieces, and in truth, what happens is all week long I'm working on stuff to prep it and get ready. Okay, so I'm not entirely happy with this yet, but you can see what we're getting there. I'm probably going to pull out the good stuff. I have some actual grinder's grease with some different grits that I'll probably put on the wheel and get it better, but you can see how I'm starting to get that up to a almost chrome-like finish. So after I finish the polish, you can see like what I'm going for back there, these two slip fixtures. It'll give that some personality. And when we match that with our down tube, once it gets into place, you know, we'll have some of that throughout the build. It'll kind of be cool. It's something different, something, you know, a little extra to do just to jazz it up. All of this has to happen with 7 individual pieces before we get to start bending the tubing, because some of this actually needs to happen in places where it's going to be bent afterwards. It should be a cool thing. We'll have to give you an update next week when we come back with some more of this. We should be well into bending the tubing. on this year's Chopper Friends Throwdown Chopper. So that's about going to wrap it up for today. Remember, if you enjoy this type of programming, catch more of it over at Cycle Source YouTube page. Until next time, this is Chris with Greasing Gears TV.
The Law Tigers, America's motorcycle lawyers. We understand the challenges riders face every day. As riders, we want to share the road and be seen by motorists. Remaining visible is critical to our safety and well-being. That's why we work tirelessly to promote motorcycle safety and awareness. We're proud to support our community that includes riders of all stripes. If you've been injured in a motorcycle accident, call 1-800-LAW-TIGERS or visit lawtigers.com. The Law Tigers, America's motorcycle lawyers.
Hey guys, John from SNS Cycle here. I'm giving you the first update in our ongoing series for the 100-day Sportster Throwdown. This is my update. This is what I've done so far. Cody and David will update you on their progress, or not so much progress, that is. Anyways, so let's get to it. As you can see behind me, my once tracker has been disassembled essentially. As you can see, I've removed the tail section, the oil bag, the battery tray, the chain, all of the foot controls, and essentially leaving just the motor. What I did do is added the handlebars that I'll be running, some TC handlebars, TC Bros that is, and I mocked it up to get a kind of a feeling of what it looks like. Now we're going to take it to the shop, cut the back end off, and hardtail it. So it's going to become a true chopper.
Like and follow.
Okay, welcome back to the Dennis Kirk studio. I apologize again emphatically to our guests tonight that we had to make them wait.
But don't feel bad. You
I
only have
do.
6.5 pieces of your motorcycle done. Don't feel bad.
Oh, but I do.
And they're not
I feel
even done.
bad.
Actually, technically, you only have 2 pieces done. Just saying.
So
I think somebody's telling you you're not getting
I
enough
know.
done.
No, she loves
he
grinding
works
it
in the
in.
shop a lot.
Ladies and gentlemen, my wife. So last year we had one of the most incredible experiences, I think, in maybe all of my time with the magazine. The FXR Friends Throwdown that happened. I crashed it. I was not invited to
Not
this.
the
but-
FXR. He crashed the party.
Yeah, I crashed the party. So this year that has moved on to something else. So we're going to go without any further ado straight to our guests and bring them into the shop and have a little talk about what's going on this year with Chopper Friends Throwdown. Just Hanging Out in the Shop is brought to you by Spectral Oils. Made in the USA since 1966, the best oil on planet Earth. Okay, it's your fault. Jason,
Hey, it's my fault.
it's your fault.
I didn't know you were talking to me, Chris. I'm sorry.
It's your fault.
It is my fault. I take full responsibility. Yep.
So last year, like I just said in the monologue, it was probably one of the coolest things I've ever saw. How many guys actually build FXRs for the FXR Friends Throwdown? The inaugural one of these events.
The FXR Friends Throwdown started out as just Paul Yaffe and I until guys like Klock and Curtis Hoffman, opened their mouth and jumped in and it was that honestly turned it into something really, really special. And so we had that original 6, and then you add in Ari from Law Tigers with his FXR, and then the crashers like yourself and Xavier and Rick and Patience and Flash, really turned it into just the greatest unadvertised, unknown event, really that I've ever been a part of. And we had so much fun doing it, that, and let's face it, I get it. FXRs are cool to all of us. They may not be what's in vogue right now, I guess, in the majority of the motorcycle industry. Or
I think FXRs are pretty hot right now. I
Yeah.
thought
I
that was
think
perfect timing. That was perfect.
I think they're timeless. I think they're always going to be cool. But I mean, as far as what the major focus of a lot of folks in the motorcycle industry, as far as compared to the performance bagger thing. But we had an absolute blast.
Don't get Paul started.
The oxymoron performance bagger. But we had so much fun with it that, as you know, we were all in Minnesota. And there's this guy from Pennsylvania. I'm trying to remember his name. Tom Kepler. Yeah.
Keebler Elf.
Keebler Elf had one too many cocktails. And we decided that we had so much fun that, we weren't going to just follow, what the industry, standard or what was in vogue. We decided that we were going to have a round 2 of the Friends Throwdown, and this time it was called to the carpet that we're going to do choppers. And
Dude,
so
I remember the exact moment. Keefer was drinking a lot. I know, big surprise.
I cannot confirm nor deny that, but
I remember the exact moment right there. This is when it happened.
Yeah, the gauntlet was thrown, or the table napkin. If you
I don't remember that.
Was thrown.
I don't remember that.
And just to be clear, and I'm going to put this out to the world, the Chopper Friends Throwdown is not a invite only. It's not a private group, as we saw last year with the FXRs. Anybody that wanted to come crash could do it, and we invited that. It's about building cool bikes and hanging out and being together and having fun and doing what we do. And so everybody that crashed last year with the FXR Throwdown was, brought in to the Chopper Friends Throwdown. And we already have some crashers that have signed up, like Tom Keefer and Justin Ooms from Stellar Cycles, Superstition Harley Davidson, and then this incredibly talented dude down in Colorado who is a man of many words, who talks a lot. But while we were on the High Seas rally, I guilted him
I'm back here.
into throwing his hat in the ring.
Come on.
And now there's what? I don't even know anymore. There's like 15, 16 of us.
Kiefer.
Yeah, there's
What?
Your mic is live.
For the love of God, Tom.
It's Christ.
We're trying to surprise everybody that you guys are here.
Well,
And so, Chris, I will say that yes, I had this harebrained, lame brain idea about doing this thing, and I'm really excited about what it's become. And to be honest, like the commercial you just had with the Sportster 100-day throwdown or whatever, I'm honored and flattered that other folks are creating their own throwdown, and following suit, because this is what it's about. It's about cool motorcycles. It's about brotherhood. It's about sharing, talent and ideas. And I have already, with my builds, I've already called Rick from RKB Custom Speed, and he's bailed me out with a care package so we could modify the frame. And then I called Ryan from Paper Street and said, hey, send me some of your goodies. And of course, Yaffy and whatnot. But this is what it's about, man. It's about fun and friendship and brotherhood and custom bikes. And this go around, it's about choppers. So I am beyond humbled and honored to be included in this group and be a part of this, and be surrounded by all these guys that are on the line with us, and the level of talent that you have on ShopTalk right now. I dare to say will be tough to beat, in the future.
It's gonna be something. And I mean, that was, from the beginning, all this, dude, that was immediately what I saw in it. The fact that you guys all got together, and these are guys, like, if you think about this, most of these guys, this is what they do for a living. So they got all of the hustle and bustle that goes on in full-time work in shops, and this is their projects, you know what I mean? And like, to see that much passion still existing throughout this whole thing, and that you guys brought that all to the table, and we're inspiring other people to do stuff. That really is what it's about, and it's awesome to see that still lives. You know,
I am beyond excited to see what's going to be in Winslow, at the end of March next year. And Arizona Bike Week, my first time going there was last year, and oh my gosh, we had just the most amazing time. My wife Charlie and I, we absolutely loved every minute of it. We loved the whole event. We loved being surrounded by all of our friends and just doing what we do with motorcycles. And the fact that we've now not only doubled but even gone farther with the number of builders to create these choppers. And you know what? I mean, I got to be honest. I think I speak for everybody. Like, we don't really give a shit like what anybody else thinks. We don't really care about, well, why didn't you guys build M8 Softails or what? We just, we're doing what we love to do. And like you said, when you do this for a living day in and day out, and you do tire changes and oil changes and you're servicing bikes and stuff, and it's really, really nice to get back into the fab area and start focusing on building just a good old fashioned, rigid frame chopper.
Well, and this is, Keefer let the cat out of the bag that we got a bunch of the Chopper Friends Throwdown builders here with us tonight. But I think the big question that everyone's asking, at least we are here in the studio, is what's Rick Bray going to bring this year? Because I don't believe Rick's building a chopper.
Well, we heard through the grapevine that he's going to be the undisputed king of the chopper.
Oh yeah, we did hear that.
We're sort of questioning
that.
Is that like, are you actually calling everybody out to beat what you got going on? Because we're interested.
I think Rick's going to bring an FXR this year.
Yes, he should.
That's what I'm thinking. I think he might even show up.
5 or 6 frames, to be honest with you.
I think he might even show up on like a stretch swing arm rocket or something. He showed up at the FXR thing on a CFL chopper. So I don't believe. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the friends and invited builders, chopper builders for this year's Chopper Friends Throwdown. Thank you guys all for being here. If you want to go one at a time and introduce yourself, just tell everybody who you are in case they can't recognize you in these little pictures.
Let's start up top.
Oh, yep. Okay. Who's going first?
You.
That would
Go
be
ahead,
you.
Jason.
Oh,
You.
Jason from Deadwood Custom Cycles in Deadwood, South Dakota, the motorcycle mecca of the Black Hills.
Right on.
That's all I got.
Xavier Muriel with Providence Cycle Works, based out of Austin, Texas.
Woo!
Rick Bray, RKB Custom Speed, Chopper King of the San Joaquin.
That's it. There it is. We can all go home.
Mic drop.
That one. I guess I'm next. I am not a bike builder, by the way. This is Ari with Law Tigers, aka
America's motorcycle lawyer.
That's right. And I'm appropriately dressed. My wife is out of town for the next 5 days on a business trip, so I'm in my wife beater. I just ate my pork chop, and I'm a happy man.
Dude, I am now hungry after watching you eat that pork chop the whole time we were doing the news. I was watching you eat that. Now I'm hungry.
So I can tell you that we have a guest down at the bottom left. I feel like I'm like on the Brady Bunch or something, but bottom left. She can attest to you. I don't want to introduce her, but she can attest to you to the quality, as can her husband, of the pork chop at Hillstone. He has had it many a time. It is very good.
Amazing.
What an odd thing to say.
I came up the wrong way. Anyway.
Ryan Gore, Paper Street Customs, Fort Collins, Colorado.
Woohoo!
Who has the cleanest? He has the cleanest shop of anybody. Just look what's behind him.
Yeah.
Right. You could eat a pork chop off the floor. I've been told.
Brian Klock from Clockworks, Mitchell, South Dakota. I'm proud of the MTI kids that you talked about in your news section and the projects that keep coming out of Eastern South Dakota, Jason Mook.
There you go.
Wait a minute. Is there anything east of the river in South Dakota, Brian Klock?
Oh, don't worry. You used to stop here. That's where you got educated. Don't lie.
That's right. That's right.
Feel rivalry.
I did have many chopper classes in a little place, Clockworks in Mitchell, South Dakota. That's not wrong. Is there anything east of the river in South?
What was that?
I don't know.
That's some feedback.
We didn't even get through the introduction, and we're getting shit
Right.
talk.
Yeah, shit. No, hey.
You should look
Sorry.
at the.
All right.
Where'd Susie go?
Where's
I'm
Susan?
here.
Introduce yourself, young lady.
Hi, I'm Susie, Paul Yaffe's wife. He's busy making his gingerbread house, and I'm here representing Arizona Bike Week. We're very happy to have everyone come to Arizona, hang out with us. We're going to roll out the red carpet. We love all you guys. So thank you.
Right on.
Very excited to be coming back,
And,
especially with
and we
Chopper
want you to
Friends.
bring Mark. I want you to bring Mark.
God damn it, Mark.
Mark, just so you know, she texted me and she's like, "Please bring Mark."
Dude, the last time we spent time together, we upset so many people. I don't know if we're allowed to be in the same room together anymore. We hurt everybody's feelings in the whole Iron Horse.
So much fun. It was a great time.
Yes, it was.
He was my emotional support person. It was good.
Curtis, you're up.
Oh, we lost. There he is.
Curtis is gone.
We got a nice wave. It's your turn.
Oh, his mic is muted.
Oh, real
Muted.
nice, Chris.
There
Mike.
you go.
Hey, there we go. Hi,
I
guys.
di- I
I'm
didn't
Curtis,
do it.
Hoffman Designs.
Oh my gosh.
Simple.
So, Curtis, who is this year's bike going to be for?
Are you having
gonna do
another?
something
Is
for myself.
Mrs. Hoffman having another baby? You have to have another daughter for this bike.
He got all nervous.
No, not that I'm aware of. It ain't mine. Like, I hope not. It ain't mine. I think the bike's gonna be for me this time.
Right on.
There
I'm
you
gonna be
go.
stingy.
Mr. Keefer.
No,
Now that it's his turn to talk, he doesn't want to
is it
talk.
my Tom Keefer, Franklin Church Choppers, Dillsburg, Pennsylvania. I'm one of the crashers.
The Keebler Elf.
Oh my God, that beard. Where'd the beard come from?
Haven't shaved since you guys saw me on the High Seas rally.
Oh my God, I didn't even recognize you. I was like, who is that?
Yeah, it's his playoff beard. We got to work on that.
He looks very distinguished. That's
Very
what I'm going to say. Very distinguished.
Trying to be a gentleman.
Grecian formula.
Okay, and Mr. James Patience.
Yep, James Patience, Ground Zero Customs. Idaho.
Ta-da!
Well, that was
So James was a crasher. James was a crasher. Xavier was a crasher, and Rick was a crasher last year. Correct?
Correct.
As was your husband.
That's well, yeah. He crashes all the parties. I know that. All right,
Wait a
now-
minute, Chris, introduce yourself. Chris, introduce yourself.
Chris Callan, flat broke chops and rods.
First time caller.
Love the show. First time caller, long time listener. Love the show.
Love the show.
So, Ari, you very clearly said that you are not a bike builder, but you did ride the hell out of your FXR
Right.
at the FXR Friends Throwdown. What are you going to ride in the Chopper Friends? Are you having one built? Are you going to borrow one? What are you doing?
Well, Jason was kind enough to build my FXR for me, which is awesome, by the way. I love that bike. I'd never ridden FXR before, and now I know why everyone loves them so much. But several of the builders who will remain unnamed have put the bug in my ear that they're willing to build a chopper for me. But I am I'm still up in the air as to whether or not I'm gonna move forward with one or not. So we'll see. I'm not sure.
Have you ever ridden a long bike before?
Actually, I don't know.
Oh, you have to. It will change your life.
Never have. Never have.
I want to tell everybody that I'm building it for him.
Is it going to be made out of gingerbread? Is it
Perfect.
It's gingerbread bike. It's really hot.
That's awesome.
He's great.
Or you should at
gingerbread
least
chopper.
ride. You need to at least ride a long bike once. Like I said, it will change your life. I don't know anybody that's ridden one that's well set up that doesn't get off and say, "I want that."
Mm-hmm.
You know, an important point. An important point of this is, speaking of Susie, is that Yaffe, for his Chopper Friends Throwdown bike, is actually doing. He's doing a reproduction of the very first custom bike he ever built.
That is so
that's
dope.
awesome.
And it's crazy to me how as we have our we have a group text which I pray to God never makes it out to the public, but
I've been reading it. It's very entertaining.
We have, but what I find so interesting and just exciting about this is that everybody's bike like has a story or a purpose, or it has something special to them, which is just quintessential when it comes to choppers. And like with Paul's reproduction of the very first custom bike he ever built 39 years ago, whatever it is, and my two bikes have a meaning. And seeing Rick build a frame for Curtis and Chris build a frame for Tom and stuff, it just feels like it just how do I say it? It just feels so right. I don't know.
Wait, I get a frame?
That's good. Did you send the check?
Absolutely.
In the mail.
Okay, then there you go.
Rick
It
built
hasn't
my
cleared,
frame.
That's why it's not done.
Hey, I'm broke over here.
Nah, see, that's Chopper right there. Whoever just said that, you got it. That's Chopper.
Yep.
That's
Hey,
mine.
I'm just looking for somebody to customize my golf cart for Bike Week.
I can we can
so
handle
when
that.
while I'm working, I can feel really special.
Something tells me you're
You gotta
not
stay
going
away
to have
from her
a
on that
problem
golf cart,
with
by
that.
the way.
Yeah.
She
I
drives
think
that
you
thing
know
like a bat out of hell.
I think you know enough people, Susie, that all you have to do is pick up the phone and go, "Hey, can you?" And the other person would go, "Absolutely."
Yeah.
When do you want it?
I got an extra 7.3 motor laying around. We can put it in that golf cart.
That would be.
Oh,
Nice.
Should
So,
just M8 it.
Also, also a point, and it's kind of hard to do because like I don't manufacture parts, but during the FXR Friends Throwdown, we all tried to use components or parts from each other.
yeah.
That was kind of a thing. And so while I've got everybody here, if you can now, obviously the easiest one would be just put a fucking flare windshield on your chopper and you would have something from Brian. But
Hey, you don't got to start with me.
all I'm saying.
I got in trouble. I got in trouble early on in this thing because I said, absolutely, I'm in. I've got a bike I haven't touched for a decade, and it just happens to have a vintage Paul Yaffe frame. Well, then Paul's like, oh, my God, why you call me vintage, dude? You're making me feel bad. I was like, I'm sorry. He goes,
Listen.
I go, but, you are kind of vintage. And then who corrected me? None other than the wordsmith himself, Chris Callan, steps in, and he's like, here's what vintage is, here's what classic is, here's what antique is. So now, I stand corrected, I own a classic Paul Yaffe frame. Classic.
Well, it's still very, very hurt by that. If I even mention it, he's like, oh, he's very hurt. Very hurt. It takes a while to get over it.
Well, wait. What's the correct term? Are we saying classic Yaffe or
It's
vintage
classic.
Yaffe?
It's classic.
Classic Yaffe.
And listen,
Yes, not vintage. He is
That's why
not old,
Sirius.
for God's
That's
sake.
why Sirius XM doesn't have a channel called the Vintage Channel. It's called the Classic Channel because all the dudes are like, "I'm not that fucking old. Relax, man."
and I have to tell you guys, I have to apologize to everybody on the message thread. I didn't realize that I was being an asshole when I did things like that. When I said things like, here's the definition of these things. I'm never going to do that again. Because
Yeah, you will. No, that's okay.
I'm
Yes,
not.
you will.
I'm not
Yes,
doing it.
Yes, you are.
I'm not.
We need to be educated. It's okay.
Tell him, Keefer. Tell him.
I kind of like it. I kind of like it in a condescending way.
I just want to say thank you for bringing up the definition of inaugural.
Yeah. I know.
I mean, that was
There's another one.
Oh,
Well, Rick has
That's
the
what we
best
said
one.
when we were on the phone together, Jason, about it.
inaugural first annual. Just put them all together.
I know.
Well,
Poor
just cover the
Jason.
all of it. It's good.
Just covered all of them.
And listen,
So I didn't know
was-
about all that inaugural and annual, and poor Jason sends me the logo for his show tonight, and I'm like, hey, Jason. First words out of my mouth was, it can't be annual.
See, Jason,
exactly what you
I told you some asshole called me on it, and that's what I was trying to spare you of.
Now some asshole called you on it, Jason.
Yeah, there you go.
And I get it. I get it. You know, I mean, I get what I deserve.
So I have a question,
And
though.
I love that we talked about the fact that Rick Bray brought a chopper to the FXR Friends Throwdown, because last night at the Hamster Christmas party out in the Black Hills, we were downtown Sturgis, and I got the chance to talk to Keith Ball, and we were chatting about 96, 97, 98, somewhere in there. He built an FXR chopper that actually had bags too.
Nice.
So, yeah, and so we were just comparing notes and chatting about it. It was a good time, but I just thought, well, there's Rick's twist on the whole thing. He can bring both.
Right?
Yeah, can't go wrong.
Hey,
I
Brian,
think we just had a photo.
Oh
bomb
God,
from Paul
no,
Yaffe.
Paul! Here comes
Look at
Paul.
that!
I'm
Look at
sorry,
that!
Paul.
I seen the gingerbread
I'm
man.
sorry, Paul.
Gingerbread man.
Sorry.
Gingerbread man alert.
Either Susie just grew a beard or Paul's back in.
There he is.
Brian, I did the rear end on Keith's FXR chopper.
I bet you did.
Right on. See,
I did the bumpers on it.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
It was fun chatting with him about it.
So
Yeah, he's got great stories.
I have a question about antique versus classic. What is
God.
the delineation?
Please.
No, it's
Okay,
vintage
I'm out.
versus
Good to see you
classic.
guys.
He is not vintage.
See?
Paul, I did
See?
not say that. No, okay, I gotta go.
But Chris, what did you say the
like-
classification was? What's the difference?
I just listen, we're not talking about that. I said I apologize for bringing it up, and I'm not doing that shit anymore. So drop it. You're just trying to get me in some bullshit over here.
All right.
This is the inaugural roasting of Chris, huh?
Yes, here we go. The annual
First
inaugural.
annual.
Everybody
Oh.
grab your dictionaries and we'll give Chris a word.
Oh
There you
no.
go.
Well, you know what I think is funny is that somebody early on said, "Hey, look, you guys are doing this thing. You need to define, what the parameters are as far as a chopper." And I said, if I have to explain to this group of builders what a chopper is,
There's an issue.
then
Yeah.
we're just we're doing it wrong. There's
Yeah.
no doubt
Hey,
about it.
We should all
Jason,
stop
I think,
right there. Yeah.
Jason, I think that brings up a good point. For anybody who's out there who wants to be a crasher, just keep following along. # Chopper Friends Throwdown. And you got to show up in Winslow, and we hope you make it to Arizona Bike Week with us.
There you go.
Yes.
If not, Heather has a van, and she'll wave
Oh
if
no,
she goes by or
I'm
something.
riding. It's choppers. I'm riding. Somebody else can drive my truck.
She
good.
listen. She
Oh,
complained so much last year that she had to drive the van. I have heard about it for
Oh,
the
good.
entire time since
Oh, yeah,
Arizona
no.
last
Especially
year.
like I'm a true I'm a chopper chick. I love all motorcycles, but I am a chopper chick all day long. There is no way he's riding that ride without me on it. It's just not going to happen.
Nice.
So Heather, what is a chopper? Enlighten us.
Yes.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, she's on
Wait a
the
minute. My definition of a chopper is, for me, the perfect chopper is long,
Oh.
skinny, tall, nice, tiny king queen seat, skinny as you can get. Fishtails, I'm good.
This is the
Oh, we
part
know what
where she
Chris's
tells
bike's gonna
every.
look like.
This is the part where she tells everybody who built her favorite chopper ever.
Oh, Sugar Bear.
Sugar Bear.
Sugar Bear
Sugar
has
Bear.
like the perfect chopper.
Gorgeous.
Gorgeous. Yep.
I'm still going with a 62 Impala bubble top air ride. I mean, I don't know. I'm some little lost.
Now, minimalistic choppers for me are very minimalistic.
Nothing on it doesn't make it go fast or stop fast.
Yeah, and they're just like they're
It might not
long and
stop
lean,
either.
and if
It might
they're
not stop.
when they're
Yeah.
done right, when a motorcycle is done right, it should have the nice curves. Like if you look at a woman, she's got the curves like that. A motorcycle should flow just like that.
Are you switching teams?
God, I'm so glad I married. I'm so glad I married her. I'm so glad I married this woman.
You're
So-
a lucky man.
So, Xavier, I got to tell you, in
I'm scared.
the pre-show, we were drooling over your motorcycle. So
What motorcycle?
this motorcycle,
Oh God!
the
Did you hear that? Which one? Be more.
I know,
specific.
right? Which one?
It's I.
There was this cat. Mark's gonna remember this guy. There was a guy that when we used to bounce at the Titty Bar. Am I allowed to say Titty Bar on ShopTalk?
It's your show. You can say whatever you want.
So there was a guy that used to come into the Titty Bar, Dr. J, and Dr. J used to do the corniest shit ever. First of all, he looked like Ric Flair,
just like him. Yeah,
you know, great big steroided out, woo, right? And he used to do stuff like he would leave the lights on his Mercedes so that the DJ would part of the way through the night say, you know, whoever has the red Mercedes sports car, and he was like, oh, that's me, left my lights on. Right?
Oh my God. That's such a Klock move.
Oh my God.
Hey, any marketing is good marketing, you know?
And from now on, when anybody does that at any kind of event we're all at, somebody left, we're all going to look at each other and go, okay, who's pulling the fucking deal?
Yeah, Klock move.
He just pulled a clock.
Yeah, just pull the clock.
What is,
Thank you, Chris. I
what is
appreciate
everybody
that.
building?
That's I appreciate that, Chris. That bike is
Well,
going to be.
And listen,
what
I mean, when we first looked at it, man, when I first saw it at your shop, I was like, yeah, it's really cool. And then sitting here getting ready for the show, I forgot how much I just am possessed by that Swedish chopper stance. Like, I love this motorcycle. That thing is going to be so badass.
Thank you. I mean, you know, dude, that's something that I've wanted for so long. It's not even funny. And that's the frame that Rick.
Oh fuck me!
I
dude.
built that at Rick and I built that at his place in Lemoore, and both of us got COVID, and we were stuck in the Holiday Inn. Bad. So I call it the COVID frame. But you know, while I've got my big mouth open here, for anybody who's listening, the ability to ride and be a part of this thing again for the second year. Is huge for a guy like me, man. It really is, because not only do I have some amazing older friends like I have with you, Chris, and I've known Ryan for a while, but I haven't known Rick that long. We've hit it off, and I've known Keefer for a while, and then being able to ride with Brian and Paul and Jason and
That's
Patience.
so badass.
Hang out with Hoffman. I mean, there's dudes that like will stop on my place and be like, dude, how did you? And I go, I have no idea. I don't want to know. It just kind of happened and I'm down, you know? So, and Jason was absolutely correct, man. When like I get to ride around on another frame that my brother Rick built, we built it together, as well as the wheels that we did for my FXR. And he's doing a bunch of other frames for the guys that are all pictured here. And that's what it's about, man. And I told you, Chris, when I talked to you earlier, you know, everybody else that's out there that's doing a throwdown, and that the imitation is the highest form of flattery, and that's great. But you know, the difference between a lot of that stuff and this is this: the guys on this screen and in this community are all about each other, and we use each other's products and we call each other to test, you know, to just run ideas over.
Yeah.
But we're building them. We're not just dismantling another motorcycle and putting it back together. These are all guys that are very, very amazing at what they do. So like, man, like Jason said, I cannot wait to see what everybody rolls out with in Winslow. I mean, it's just going to be insane. Like, this is going to be 2001 all over again, when it was just like the mecca chopperdom hype of it all, you know? And Mr. Yappy up there was like one of the main cats, like just right there in the thick of it, you know? So, I mean,
that was pre-classic, right? Pre-classic.
Yeah, don't say vintage. Do not say vintage.
Hey, Xavier, I just have one question.
What?
Is Emily coming to Arizona Bike Week with you?
I hope so.
If she allows me to live through all of this in the next 4 months, we'll, you know, I don't have an 8-ball, but if I had one, I'd have to go like this. Okay, chances are good. You know,
so she kind of likes you. I think she likes you. That's the vibe I get. So,
Hey, Suze.
Chances are high.
Hey, Suze, you guys gonna do something for the public to see these bikes like last year? And what day is that gonna be?
We're going to roll out the red carpet. Arizona Bike Week is March 29th through April 2nd at Westworld of Scottsdale. We're going to, I don't know, Paul's saying Wednesday, Thursday.
No, I'm saying not Wednesday.
He's saying not Wednesday, now Thursday.
Later in the week. Yeah.
Whatever day you guys show up, we're going to have a place for you. We're going to roll out the red carpet. We want everybody to see those motorcycles and check them out and get to visit with you guys. So
we're actually
guess-
talking too. We're talking about doing some stuff where, like, some of the stuff that we did on the high seas, where we take one or two of the guys at a time and have, you know, some interview time at one of the venues on site where, you know, we can actually roll the bike up and give some personal attention to it too, and give people access to that.
we're very excited to have Chris and Heather join our Arizona Bike Week family. And just they're going to be doing their bike shows, and he's going to do his grease and gears at Bike Week, interviews. I mean, we are very thankful to have you guys on board. So we'll have more information as we get closer to the event.
And
So-
and Mark, apparently.
And Mark, Mark's my emotional support friend.
Mark, if you don't show up, Susie's going to cry
I
now.
know the pressure's on now.
If you don't show up,
We have
Susie's
so
going to
much-
cry, and then Paul's going to have to punch you in the face for making his wife cry.
Well,
It's
as long
just
as
going to be
he,
a whole
long as he
thing.
brings me a gingerbread house, I'm good with it. I do know that I'm going to have to definitely bring the trailer to haul after Xavier's little say there about Rick Bray to haul that King's chair around.
Oh yeah, the throne.
Because
The
it's
throne.
just-
The
Who's-
throne. It's called a throne.
I noticed that his head was getting bigger and bigger. We're going to need a bigger spot for him in this little setup we have going on here.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get a bigger boat for that chair, bro.
Bigger boat.
Oh, I'm going to find a throne, just so you guys know.
Dude, that's
There
hysterical.
will be a throne.
I'm gonna sign off and put Nash to bed, but he wants to say hi. Say hi to everybody. Hi.
Hey,
Hi,
Nash.
Nash.
What
And
about
he's
Nash
out.
being a trooper? Is Nash going to be riding on the back of the Yaffe chopper this year or what?
He will be strapped to the back. Yes, he will.
Bye, Nash.
Yep,
Hey,
he's
Paul, I
getting-
want to know why every time we do an interview, you're laying in bed.
Well, because you I don't know, because it's 8:00 at night and that's way past my bedtime.
Hey, not always. Not always. We've had Paul on where he was laying on a pool floaty.
Yeah.
A couple times
That's
actually.
true. Yeah, that's true.
We like
That's
to lay
true.
in bed a lot.
All right, I'm out of here.
All right, man. So
That's my cue.
Later.
thanks
See you
for
later,
being
brother.
on, Paul.
Yeah, Paul.
Yeah, Paul.
Bye, guys.
Good
Good
night.
night.
I'm looking for a throne right now. Just so you know. There will
Oh
be
my
one
God,
there.
you gotta
There's going to be a
stop.
throne.
You gotta
No.
stop.
Heavy is the head, Brick. Heavy is the head.
So while we were
So-
talking, there was tons of comments going on. You guys are going to have to see. Draco was asking 45 to 50 degrees, but then he actually tried to call me out and said, "Swedish, you must mean Denver style." And I was like, "No, I actually meant Swedish style." And that's no disrespect to the bikes that Denver's built, but I see that more as a Swedish style chopper. What do you-
Yeah, me
For
too.
sure.
It's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
It's exactly.
So there, Draco.
It's 100%.
Suck, so take
Suck
that.
it.
Wow,
Take that, Draco.
Christopher.
Chris, what is everybody building? Can anybody give a little sneak peek, or at least tease a little bit of what everybody's going to be bringing, or is that inappropriate?
No,
I have
no.
no idea what I'm doing.
Here's what I got so far.
Not a clue.
Right there is what I got done so far. Nothing.
Nothing.
I might have popsicle sticks in the rear wheel just to make a motor noise.
Keefer, you lying bastard. You got all kind of stuff started. Don't even go there.
Especially that beard.
Oh, okay. I'll shave it off next time I see all you guys.
I like it. Lord, it looks good. It looks good.
So I'm doing a 49 panhead, and it's like Heather said, long, skinny, tall, kind of Pennsylvania mountain chopper, and it's also our 25th anniversary bike with Cycle Source magazine. Brian's company and Cycle Source share the same anniversary, so this was our 25th year, just like Clockworks, and I'm going to use this for a double duty motorcycle
Little platform.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Nice.
Who's next?
Rick Bray.
Mine's pretty special to me. I got a hold of Johnny Chop's mom, Barbara, and she gave me the green light to reproduce his yellow Hard Rock bike.
Wow. I didn't know that, dude.
I knew that.
that's
How
cool.
did you not know that?
I've been wanting to do this for years, and you obviously can't just do it without going about it the right way. And it took a little bit. I got a hold of her. She still has the original bike. She let me come up to her house, check it out. Like, we spent all day together talking about it. So I'm like, dude, I'm super jacked about this bike.
That's so dope. I didn't even know that.
Dude, she is the nicest lady on the planet. Like, you couldn't ask for nothing cooler than what happened up there.
Right on.
So Johnny was absolutely one of my favorite human beings, man. If any
That
of
is
you
the
guys,
baddest bike ever built right there.
if any of you guys ever got to spend time with him and his little dog Louie, that was like a 90-year-old man that was always at his side, he was so cool. Like, I can remember going to his house, and you know, all the plaques, like when your bikes get featured in a magazine, everybody, you know, all of us have plaques hanging up. Johnny used to have all that shit stacked in the corner on the floor. And instead on the wall, do you remember when we were kids and in high school, they would come to class and do an assembly and teach everybody about drugs, and they brought the little suitcase that opened up, and it had like 3 or 4 joints, and it had some pills, and it had like all the different stuff they would teach. That's what he had hanging on the wall instead of plaques of his motorcycles. It was perfect.
Yeah, he was a unique
Dude,
individual.
she still has like his original Chop Shop sign and stuff. It was crazy, the stuff that she shared with me.
Yeah, that's an honor right there, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
definitely.
I hope I do it justice, and it's been a long time coming. I've had it the okay to do it. This is like 2 years ago, I think, and I've been kind of holding off on it for the right thing, and I can't think of something better to do it for.
Oh, dude, that's so badass. I'm so okay. You win. Frick.
Make sure that throne's ready.
That's a size large throne, by the way.
Yeah.
Oh.
Who else?
Who?
Brian.
Brian, what are you building?
Well, who wants to go after that?
Right.
Come on. Yeah, exactly.
That's why we called you.
Yeah. Well, so for me, I have a classic, to keep it clear, classic Yaffe frame that a customer wanted to do this bike. Then he switched gears. And so I thought, well, I'll just finish it. I'll keep it. And I put it away. And so this is a perfect opportunity to bring that frame back out. It's a polished twin cam. I've got I think it's an 8-over Paco Springer front end on it. And it's just, you know, for me, like all my personal bikes are purple. And so it's a certain color purple. And so the last time I had to call John Kosmowski from House of Colors, and the last time being 2008 when I built the bike for SNS's 50th. And so John goes, well, you know, they don't make that pigment anymore. They don't make this anymore. I'm like, I know, John. He goes, I got you, Brian. I got you. And so there's something so cool about guys like John Kosmowski, who started House of Colors, being willing to help me just because I wanted it to be the same color as my first ever FXR.
Right.
And so I talked to John already after we started this Chopper Friends Throwdown thing, and he goes, don't worry, I got you. So somewhere he's got the paint stashed in his garage, and he's going to help me out, and it'll be purple again. So there you go. See what happens.
Right on.
Cool.
Yeah, that's
Cool.
dude.
That's super cool.
Honestly, and I mean that again. You know, for people who don't realize, like, it was the funniest shit in the world for me when we all first started talking about this after FXR Friends, and you know, I started telling some guys, I'm like, yeah, hey, we're all doing it again next year, and we're all doing choppers, and hearing some of the young guys that were like, some of those guys don't seem like, you know, they're gonna build choppers, and I'm like, okay, only if you don't actually know the history of a lot of this, you know what I mean? Because if you did, you'd understand where all these guys came from and the depth of the relationship, and you know how the history has brought us all along. You know what I mean? And
Well, it's funny you said Swedish choppers, and everybody thinks of Clockworks and think of bagger windshields, right?
Right.
And so forever I had a Swedish chopper sitting in the hallway at my shop, and none of my guys would ride it because our shop is in a gravel parking lot. Okay. Well, you know what happens when you have a 20 over front end, Swedish style. The minute you turn it on gravel, it flops.
Yeah.
Okay. And so every time one of them would take it, they'd go 10 feet and go, yeah, never mind. I'm out. I'm not doing this. And so one day, the neighbor, he lives like 2 blocks down, came in and he goes, I'm going to buy that bike. I'm like, yeah, whatever, dude. This guy wheelies TT500 Yamahas all around the town back in the day, right? And I'm like, what's he going to do with this chopper? He's going to wheelie it. And so I thought he'll never buy it. And one Friday he comes in, he goes, okay, give me a price on your bike. I knocked $4,000 off just to see if he was serious. He went home and came back with the cash.
That's great.
He still rides it all the time right by my shop and comes by, constantly. Literally, it snowed this week, and he came in with an M Farmall, no cab, stocking hat on, hoodie. And he goes, man, it's nice out, Bray. And I come out of my shop at 8 o'clock at night, and he's out there pushing my snow. Without a cab. Just a great guy. So I'm going to go down and invite him to be a crasher.
That's
I would like to point
on.
out the fact. I would like to point out the fact that I was passing through Mitchell, South Dakota one time, and I called Brian and said, "Hey, let's grab some lunch," and he did, and we went to a Mexican restaurant, and this is obviously in the height of flare, in the height windshields, in the height of bagger everything, and here comes Brian rolling up on a chopper.
Nice.
And I thought it was like. I was like, yeah, he remembers those days. Yeah.
James, what can you tell us about your bike?
You guys saw the picture of it. It's the one that was on that rack with the 2 FXRs in the shop. So Rick knocked out the frame. They started as a charity bike, and something happened. It ended up getting pushed aside, and so we're going to take, and I'm going to build it to use in the Bikers Against Bullies program. So that'll be pretty cool. It'll be a nice place for it to end up. I'd like to go with an old classic powertrain and make it really elegant, but it's not what I've got. There's another side of the story there, but so I've got a 127 Evo and a 6-speed, and so
nice.
it should run okay.
It'll run all right.
Yeah.
I know a guy in Deadwood that has a couple extra shovel head motors, James. Just saying.
There is no such thing as a couple extra shovel head motors.
Yeah.
That's total bullshit.
They're never
Flash
extra.
has one. It's laying in the shop.
Hey, so I want to hear from Rick at Paper Street, because what's going on with that? Ryan, what's going on with that bike? Because he won't even say anything. He's just going to sit there in his white kitchen all night and smile.
Ryan does talk a little too much.
I got to meet him at the High Seas Rally, and the more drinks and the more days we spent, he is the stealth bomber, that guy. Because all of a sudden, he'll go, well, yeah, I was part of this. And you don't understand all the bikes he's helped with, shops he's worked in, things he's done. So go ahead, Mr. I'm in a shadow experience, and tell us something. Come on, Ryan.
You've just been called out by Brian Klock, Ryan.
So I didn't even hear about this until the High Seas Rally, so I don't have a ton of time. But a couple months ago, I found an old CFL in a storage unit, and I think I'm going to just kind of resurrect that. Those were always, like when I first broke out, those were kind of the pinnacle of this, of this industry. And at that time when I was young and doing this, it was a bike I never thought in a million years that I would own one. And luckily found a shitty enough one that I can kind of resurrect it and, not just paint a CFL. Like I don't think I would build a CFL unless it was a CFL that somebody else fucked up really bad to start off with, so that I can save it. And
you got the perfect candidate.
Yeah, Rick can tell you. I showed him this bike 3 times before I realized it was in a CFL frame, just to make fun of it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was a horrible executed CFL. So.
But I will say you got a rare one, so it is going to be rad.
Yeah, that's another reason I want to do it. It's a right side drive 250 CFL, and I don't.
Wow.
From what I've heard, they made like less than 25 of those. So
I've seen 4. That's it.
What is a CFL?
Wow.
I've never heard of that bike before.
Jesus Christ, Harry.
Hey, he knows big
Say
tires. Blow ups.
Wait a
So
minute.
Ari, there's a
Who
guy
said
named
that?
Jesse James.
Who said
has
that?
A shop called West Coast Choppers, and he.
Who's he? Who's he?
Yeah, he made a model of his bike called a CFL. It stands for Choppers for Life.
You know, and I'm not going to say this because of Jesse. I'm just saying because we're all getting older. Shouldn't we kind of change that to Choppers for now? Because
for now,
That's what you have.
you
Because that's
you
the
don't
shirt
really
that you-
know. You don't know how it's going to go.
Choppers for now.
Nobody knows.
I have that shirt with pride.
Well, Rick always gives what is it, Rick? Choppers for
Por
vida.
I don't know how to. I don't speak.
Por la vida.
I don't speak
Spanish.
French. So
Spanish.
I'm gonna have to go get my wife so she can translate.
I don't speak brown.
Easy.
My wife is brown.
You guys trying to get ShopTalk canceled? What the hell's going on here?
I can say that. I can say
Waiting for
that.
the disclaimers to start floating across the screen.
Like the disclaimer that rolls across the bottom. The guy with the name that's Muriel, he could say stuff like that.
Oh shit.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Who else we got? Curtis. Yeah,
What's
Curtis.
her-
What,
what's her-
He's very quiet.
Yeah, he's quiet down
what
there
are
in
you
the corner.
What are you doing?
Who, me?
Yeah.
I have no idea.
It's going to be
I
Donnie Smith,
literally
and he's
have
going to
no
be like,
idea
I'm
yet.
still not done.
Yeah, and you guys are gonna think that I'm bullshitting, and I'm not gonna be done. But then I'll be there.
So you're doing exactly what you did for the FXR friends.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
He's
I have no
like,
idea what I'm
not
doing.
even done. And then boom, it was blue, it was together, and there he was. I was
Yeah.
like, wait, like 2 days ago you weren't even done. He's like, well, now I am. Okay,
Hey,
cool.
Curtis, don't feel bad. Chris has a couple little accent pieces done. That's it.
Hey,
I'm just saying.
listen.
Nothing.
Poor
Seven.
Keefer. Poor Keefer calls me every day for an update on when we're gonna get started. And I'm like, look, man, it's going good. Meanwhile, I'm on the phone with the Chrome guy from Wisconsin saying, listen, when is the last day that I can send you shit that you'll still have time to ship it to Winslow, Arizona to meet me there in case I have to finish stuff before we leave?
Spray mine down with some vinegar and let it be a raw metal.
There you go.
Wouldn't be the first time that happened.
Chris is
I mean, I think that's kind of like with everybody. Like you said, Chris, earlier, everybody's, if this was the only thing we had going on, I mean, we wouldn't be laughing. We'd be like, oh, yeah, no, it's cool. It'll be fine. This is.
You got to speak for yourself because I don't have anything going on.
And I don't know what you're talking about because I'm losing sleep.
I got
I'm
nothing going on
trying to
over
help
here.
you guys, man. I'm trying to pump you up. Come on.
Chris is the king of the 27-day build.
What day would we leave to head there? That would be my question, because that would be the night before is the day I'm obviously going to be painting something. I can tell you that right now.
2 of them.
What's funny? It's funny.
Yeah,
'cause
right?
I learned
Nice.
the hard way. I tried to get everybody to provide photos and videos
Oh,
last
Ari,
year for
please.
FXR. And, oh my God, it was.
Hey, how'd that go for you?
Oh,
It's like
same
herding
as this
squirrels.
time, Curtis. Curtis was the worst.
It'll be
But what came out of it was amazing. The bikes that resulted were just absolutely incredible. So I can't wait to see them. And I love, again, as the non-builder here in the group, I love just the banter and the back and forth and the collaboration as part of this whole text chain. For those that are not involved, it's quite humorous. The only thing that's kind of annoying is the beeping of the phone, because once everyone starts going, you'll get like 50 beeps because everyone just chimes in.
Oh, I wanted
But,
to throw his phone out the window the other night. I was like, are you kidding me?
Somebody on that text thread
It,
becomes
it was like
14-year-old
100 in a
girl.
row. I'm like, it's Chopper Friends.
We're
God.
on the East Coast. Like, we're definitely in the minority in the group.
And it's like midnight. I'm like,
Yeah, it's
shut it
quarter
off
after 10 right now.
or I'm crushing it.
Yeah.
Well, I
Yeah.
can say one thing that
So-
pressure creates diamonds. So there will be some serious cool shit hitting the road whenever time
Oh,
comes.
buddy.
That's for sure.
Well,
or I'll be
I
on a
should have
trend.
like several carrots by now at this point.
You should have what?
Several carrots.
Several carrots. There you go. There
Honey,
you go.
I love you, but you may have married poorly. I'm just saying.
Oh.
Oh man.
Keefer, what do you got? What are you doing? Tell me.
70 style chopper. I rode one of Chris's bikes last year with a king queen seat on, pretty narrow. It was a Sportster based chopper, but boy, was that thing fun to ride. Carved the corners around my area. As soon as I got off of it, I looked at him and said, all right, I said, we're going to have to build one of these. And honestly, it was very shortly after that I saw Jason at the Donnie Smith show and kind of said, hey, what do you think of this? And that's the bike I rode. It's freaking amazing to ride. So I'm basically building that profile. Chris has got the profile, the frame and everything. He's been using those for a while. I have a 18 over Springer for it and some Invaders, and I'm going to try and make it different, even though they're kind of the same profiles as Chris, what he's building, but I'm trying to make it as different as I can.
What are you using for a motor, Tom?
I have a 1984 80 cubic inch shovel head.
Ooh.
That the bottom end happens to be okay with, but nothing else.
Dude, I am here to tell you, I brought this bike back from
it's ugly.
From where the hell was
you're
it?
using
Little Rock,
that
Arkansas.
bike?
Little Rock, Arkansas.
It was the ugliest
ugliest
shovel
shovel
head
head
I've ever. I didn't know
ever.
you could make a shovel head
He
look so
unloaded
ugly.
it.
There's no such thing as an ugly shovel.
No,
head.
wait,
Dude.
he
Oh my God,
unloaded
yes.
it in front of our house and left it in front of my door. I'm like, you can't leave that there.
Rodney, I bought that from Rodney, and he said it is the ugliest shovel head you're ever going to see in your life.
He
and I was
wasn't
like,
kidding.
Listen,
how bad can a shovel head look?
You guys,
He
you
was
guys
right.
know that like I follow shovelhead spirituality, and the first commandment is thou shalt not throw away motorcycle parts. Keefer got the motor out of this bike and asked me if I wanted anything else that was left, and I couldn't answer no fast enough. I was like, absolutely not.
Nope.
I pulled the primary, the transmission, and I put it on the junk pile.
Wow.
Swear to God.
It
was that bad.
I literally told Chris he couldn't leave it in front of our house. It's like, nope. Mm-mm.
Oh.
Yeah, I was actually going to ghost ride it to the junk pile, but I was afraid it would hit something else.
Well, listen, gentlemen, I hope I would love to do a little more of what we did last year and actually have one at a time, have all you guys come back on the show throughout the build process, get some updates and stuff, and then, you know, obviously when we're in Winslow again, we'll do the big thing and have the round table and have a new picture from the Last Supper. If everyone's down.
That's
cool. Oh, I'm ready.
I'm ready. Do it.
I'm so excited.
I can't wait to see what people bring.
I know.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Ari, you're gonna ride a long bike.
I know.
Right
I just
on the
got-
back of mine.
I just got a text from one of these guys saying he wants to throw his hat in the ring. I'm not going to name names. To build me.
See, what we should just do that. Why doesn't everybody just build a part and send it to Ari?
Yeah.
You know?
Then what's going to happen with it? Someone's got to put it together.
Well, there's always Winslow, baby.
Yeah.
and the van ride there.
That's right.
I want to see in the future, like, the guys who are going to be some of the crashers that are out there watching. They're going to show up in Winslow. Just put in the comments. Tell us what you're bringing, what kind of a motor you're using, what your idea is, what you're thinking about showing up with.
Yep.
Yeah. Now, Jason,
Make it fun.
you should talk about that. You're in the process of putting the Chopper Friends Throwdown.com together. But for now,
Yes.
anybody that wants to follow along with this can do what? Follow the hashtag Chopper Friends Throwdown.
The hashtag is Chopper Friends Throwdown. Nothing else. No, not a challenge. Not a 2023. Nothing. Just it's already a long enough freaking hashtag. So Chopper Friends Throwdown is it. And then yes, we own the domain. And what I mean by we, I mean all of the builders collectively, which you guys got to pay me back for that, by the way.
$1 each.
Checks in the mail.
$1 each.
Yeah.
Send me
we are actually Law Tigers is a sponsor. Ari can say what he wants. Ari can say what he wants about possibly not building a bike this year, but we love having Law Tigers involved. So Law Tigers is actually building the website, chopperfriendsthrowdown.com. So it will be forever immortalized on the interweb. And that's where, we'll try to get updates and kind of get everybody a schedule, and we're going to showcase the builders and talk about, probably put some of the random raw photos from everybody's builds up there. And really the whole point of this is to build cool motorcycles, hang out with our friends, and get everybody fired up about choppers.
Listen, I want to reiterate what Mr. Klock said, though. If you're watching this right now,
John Barwood,
and you have the opportunity, John Barwood, you especially, if you're watching this right now and you have the ability to have a chopper finished and have it in Winslow when we all get there, you can be a crasher. This is open to anybody. That's what's so cool about it. You can come there. You can ride with all of these guys. You can be part of this whole experience. And listen, last year, all the FXRs, I think we already got through most of them, but we're featuring all of them in the magazine.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So come out and be part of this.
Hey, Chris, you want to just reiterate or have the date and where everyone's going to be in case people do want to crash one more time?
Heather, back to you.
The dates of Arizona Bike Week. I assume we're going to be leaving Winslow on Tuesday. I don't know the actual dates for Chopper Friends, but I know Arizona Bike Week starts March 29th through April 2nd. So
check into the website chopperfriendsthrowdown.com for the schedule of events.
Is it live yet? Can we bring it up?
No, it's not.
Okay.
Actually, it's actually going live tomorrow. Actually, it's going live at 4:00 tomorrow.
There you go.
So we'll keep everybody posted, like with a schedule of events and where you'll be able to see the bikes, where you can ride with them. And I know on the way from Winslow into Arizona Bike Week, we had a couple cool pit stops. That they arranged for. So if you can't meet us in Winslow,
that was the best pizza I've ever had.
I think it was in Pine. Pizza. Was it in Pine?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Pine.
Chris, just to reiterate, yes, everybody here that's on the Throwdown are professional builders, right?
No.
No.
Wait, okay. Flash isn't. Say Flash, but we have.
You think he's going to do diesel again this year?
That was funny.
Oh, that was.
What I'm trying to say is,
here for that.
Rick is not taking.
Dude,
care of
I
that.
just remembered that. I just remembered that he did that.
So bad.
Oh.
I just want to
93-inch SNS.
Diesel.
I just want to reiterate that if you have a chopper, if you're a garage builder, if you own a shop, if you do this every day, look, I sent a message to Jesse James and said, hey, love to have you on board. Come on into the Chopper Friends Throwdown. So my point is that if you have a chopper and you can make it to Winslow, come. I would love to ride with you. I would love for you to be a part of this.
Absolutely. It's not about competition. It's about camaraderie. And you are not going to have
Exactly.
more fun than rolling down the road with these guys.
Yep.
Exactly right. It's not competition. It's camaraderie. Well said, Klock.
I like that tagline. We're going to add that to the website. Good tagline.
All right, fellas. Well, listen. Thank
Does that
you.
mean I get a discount on my portion of the website?
I want to
50
point out,
cents.
hey, hold on.
Instead
I
of
want
$1.
to point out, it was actually Klock's idea to call it a throwdown, because when we were in the group text with the first 6 of us, we said, okay, what do we call it? And Klock is the one that came up with FXR Friends Throwdown. It was the guy.
Oh, now you're taking on Yaffe's deal and going, oh, it's Klock's fault. It's the middle of the competition, and that's what he said.
Okay,
Well, Brian,
wait a minute.
If you know us or not.
I gotta go.
Brian, I don't know if you know this or not, but I blame a lot of shit on you.
Wait a minute though. Since we're talking about the name Throwdown, what's our official position on the SNS Sportster Throwdown?
We love it.
There
Are you
you
kidding
go.
me? It's about
not?
motorcycles, right? As soon as it stops being about motorcycles, then every one of these little Hollywood squares right here, every single one of these Hollywood squares could go do
Bless you.
something else and make a lot more money. Okay.
Can I get an amen?
We do this. We do it for the love of motorcycles. We do it for the camaraderie. We do it for the brotherhood. So I want to see M8 throwdown. I want to see whatever fucking throwdown you can throw down. Throw it down, baby.
Well, Chris, you built the Sportster Chopper. Does that mean you're going to be in the Sportster Throwdown?
Listen, I would be in the Sportster Throwdown. I think Sportsters are the most underrated custom motorcycle. You can have so much fun building a Sportster because you can buy one for $1,000. If you put $3,000 into it, it's an outstanding motorcycle. You can build a Sportster every year on a reasonable budget.
I could send you how to build a cheap chopper book.
I think we wrote one of those.
Yeah. Do you know the author?
All right, are we signing off? What are we doing?
Listen,
What
thank you guys so much. Thanks for taking some time with us. Good luck to everybody. Please send me your updates, and we'll get you guys all back on the show one at a time.
See you, bud.
Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Chris, thanks for having everybody. Thanks for having the Chopper Friends on the Shop Talk, man. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely,
Absolutely.
buddy. We'll see you
Thanks,
guys soon.
See you guys.
See ya.
Thank you.
Heather, stop shaking your head.
All right, everybody. Hey, you're watching Shop Talk. We still got some more stuff to get through here. Let's take a look at a cool feature bike on the other side. We're going to go to some events. Don't go anywhere. You're watching Shop Talk in the Dennis Kirk studio. Out of Focus is brought to you by Garage Build. Submit your build, share your passion. Powered by Dennis Kirk.
My name's Robert Carmen from Simsbury, Connecticut. This was a relatively stock 2010 Fat Boy when I bought it, and I pretty much modified everything that you could modify to this thing. And I went with an Arlen Ness slash grip because I specifically needed a set of grips. Well, one, that were kind of different, but two, had slats in it that would allow me to remove one of them in order to replace it with, over here, some sort of switch setup. Because I needed 4 switches for this. I needed an up-down for the air suspension, and I needed an on and off for the LED light system. So internal throttle, and that internal throttle was from Exile Cycles, and internal wiring, internal hydraulic lines. And in doing that, I had no choice but to convert the clutch from a cable clutch, which most people have, to a hydraulic clutch. Hog Halters bought Renegade wheels, so they're Hog Halter / Renegade Instigator 18-inch wheels. The front is an 8.5, and the rear, I believe it's 10.5. Paint is from a guy in Long Beach, California by the name of Mitchell Johnson. I shipped all the parts, the fenders and the tank, out to him, and he painted it. And he did some hand pinstriping, and obviously he did some silver leafing by hand. And this was his first time ever doing silver leaf. And then he did the airbrush graphic on the side. So the gas tank I had modified and stretched out in Bristol, Connecticut by a company named Melnick Metals, with 3 pieces of metal, and then weld them all together and then weld them onto the tank after. So we've got Hog Halter's Instigator air cleaner. We got Hog Halter's rotors that match the wheels, Instigator wheels. The Hog Halter's calipers, front and rear. Fat Boy community is basically anti-changing of the wheels, because that's, to them, what makes a Fat Boy is the wheels. So I ended up getting, this idea from Rick's in Germany, and so I wanted the bike to be, I wanted the people to be able to see the wheels unobstructed by rotors while it was on the kickstand. So when you look at the rear wheel, you can see it. You can see this massive hub that's here, and you can just see the make of the wheel and the artistic work that went into it, really. The pipes are Vance & Hines big radius pipes. This air system I have on this is made from Legend. It's a Legend Air Ride modified, heavily modified. The air tank is made by Deadline Customs, and the air tank allows me to go instant up and instant down. I don't do this for a living, but I race mountain bikes and I race road bikes, and I built all my bicycles that I had. Because I was in the Navy as an electronics tech, it allowed me to, it kind of gave me the skills and the ability to do all the wiring and all the soldering and all the modifying electronically that needed to be done on this. I basically did the build in an office. Over the winter, from January to May, I had a client that had office space, so obviously lit, heated, everything, and it gave me the convenience to work on this thing in a heated space in the winter up in Connecticut. And then he rented it out to somebody, so I had to move out in May. So it ended up in my living room for 2 months, and that's where I finished it. My name's Ron.
Bikers Info USA, the first bikers app by bikers, for bikers, and it's free. National and state events, Sturgis and Daytona, Bikers Info USA. Every motorcycle manufacturer dealer listed. Biker products for you and your bike. Bikers Info USA. Find the places to go, places to party, places to stay at every event. Bikers Info USA. Download it now. It's free. Bikers Info USA. Everything we do at the track shapes what we...
The product Spotlight is brought to you by Drag Specialties, the world's largest distributor of aftermarket accessories. Today's product Spotlight is on the Fox Racing Shock Standard 12.5-inch adjustable shocks. Right out of the box, you know that Fox is going to bring quality to the table, but this is going to be a step up in performance because they are model-specific, optimized ride tune. Now, what that means is these are specifically for the Dyna model motorcycles, and the weight of that bike has been factored into its construction. They're available in gas-charged monotube or remote reservoir versions, both with internal floating piston. It features an 1.5" 6061 T6 aluminum Type 3 hard anodized body. They're fully serviceable and rebuildable. Hand adjustable spring preload, 1.5" low friction, super finished hard chrome shaft, 3-position adjustable rebound and compression control. They might even come with a pair of tall socks if you put your size down when you order them. Either way, go over to DennisKirk.com today. Tell them the people from Grease and Gears Garage sent you, and get yours. Performance from Fox. All right, welcome back to the Dennis Kirk studio. Hey,
I didn't catch on that bike profile whose air was in the tires. Just checking.
I got nothing. So, yeah, Mark, you without a doubt have got to come to Arizona.
I said it's in the works. Me and Chris have already talked about
of
it.
anything you,
dude,
you
it was
cannot miss.
so much
First
fun.
of all,
it was so much
I'm
fun.
gonna need you there based on all of that.
Hey, listen, if Rick Bray is still watching, I just want to show you, my old lady does not F around. She already sent me this link from Facebook Marketplace, and she's got bids in on this shit. So, just so you know.
Not hating, just saying.
And I'm telling you right now, if I got to haul a throne around to everywhere Rick Bray's going to be this year, I'm going to be pissed.
It'd be so worth it, though.
I'm going to be pissed.
Does he need a crown, too? Do we have to get a crown?
I told him Heavy's the head that wears the crown.
So there'll have to be a crown.
It'd have to be made into a baseball hat.
I think we got to stop on the way at Burger King and get him one.
That'd be great.
That's all.
No, it needs to be made out of, like, wrenches and stuff. Just saying.
I said
on this episode of Biker Build Off,
we're making a crown.
Biker Info USA.
We've already had the conversation. I'm gonna really try. That's one of the few that I'm gonna make sure I'm there for. I think. So.
Yeah, I'm gonna need backup. That's all I'm saying.
And
So-
on top of that, Susie may never speak to me again if I'm
No,
Right?
So, yeah.
She already like she literally texted me off air and she's like, "Please bring Mark."
Mark has to come.
Yeah.
So hey, we skipped over this story in the news, but if you've been paying attention, we have done our year in review issue. It contains all the best of awards, and we have released all of those now on cyclesource.com. You can go and see who won all of the different awards that we give out throughout the year. Best man, best woman, best motorcycles, builder, artist, the whole deal. Head over to cyclesource.com, the Cycle Source World Report. You can check all that out. I guess without any further ado, it's time for Events with Heather, right?
Oh.
Events with Heather? You
Events
ready?
with Heather? Okay.
The ShopTalk events calendar is brought to you by the Bikers Info app, the everything bikers app.
Bikers Info
all in
USA.
one place, everything you need, and it's free.
Still going on. You have 4 days left to get your bicycle in for. Shut up. Shut up.
Shut up.
Shut up. You shut your filthy mouth.
Shut up.
Send your bicycle donations to Dream Rides of Tennessee or Team Dream Rides in California and be entered to win one of 2 Harley Davidsons that they are giving away. All bicycles go to kids that need them in their respective communities. Addresses are right there. They've been...
See, you weren't ready for that, were you?
Carolina Full Throttle Magazine Custom Motorcycle January 14th, 2023 in Greensboro, North Carolina. You can go to Carolina Full Throttle to get more information. Info at fullthrottlemagazine.com. Cycle Showcase St. Louis 2023 at the City Foundry in beautiful downtown St. Louis, February 11th and 12th, 2023. I think we shall be there. Chopper Fest, in case you didn't know, didn't happen yesterday. It didn't happen today. Instead, it is happening February 12th, 2023 at the Ventura County Fairgrounds. I think they were scheduled to get some pretty heavy rains, so tough decision, but they did what they had to do.
And listen, before everybody bitches and moans, like, you can't
After
blame them.
3
After
years.
3 years
Yeah.
of having that event canceled,
right.
it's got to
Mm-hmm.
come back strong. So good for them for having the foresight to do it, and give them your support and give them a break.
Yep.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Next, Mama Tried Eagles Ballroom, Milwaukee, February 18th through 19th, 2023. You can go to mamatried.com to get more information. Donnie Smith Show, another one that Chris and I will personally be at, 34th annual, March 25th through 26th in beautiful St. Paul, Minnesota. Hopefully it's more than 3 degrees when
I
we're
hope
there.
it's not. I hope it's cold as a
You
witch's
shut
left.
your mouth.
I hope it's cold as a witch's left tit, just like it always is, because it's part of that show. It's part of like the awakening.
Last year was that wind though was brutal, but it was awesome. Arizona
Heather's doing sing talk tonight. Did you notice?
Arizona Bike Week 26th annual, March 29th through April 2nd at Westworld of Scottsdale. As they mentioned earlier, we're going to be doing 2 bike shows, some bike games, some Grease and Gears Garage, a whole bunch of stuff. Chopper Friends Throwdown. They've got Billy Idol on the schedule. They've got Stained on the schedule. And I know they're going to be announcing more in days and weeks to come. So stay tuned to Arizona Bike Week for that. Texas Fandango. I'm so sad. It's the same time as Arizona. I'm not a loser.
Loser.
The pressure's on.
Texas Vintage Motorcycle Fandango, put on by the Cherokee chapter, March 31st through April 2nd in Fredericksburg, Texas. Phenomenal event. The reason I'm sad is because we just can't be in 2 places at the same time. Although Chris could leave me in Texas and go to Arizona.
Hello.
Well, I'm okay with leaving you with Steve Klein.
I love Mr. Klein. He's so great.
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
Let's have a sidebar.
We'll have a sidebar. The Prowl Motorcycle Show, Bisbee, Arizona, March 18th, 2023. Man, I have to put that in the right order.
Radar says Greensboro, North Carolina. Please.
What did I say? What did I say?
We don't have replay here, Radar.
Oh,
So
that's what I said. Anyway, moving on. The Prowl Motorcycle Show, Bisbee, Arizona. Backroad Barbecue Run 6, May 12th through 14th, 2023, Trenton, North Carolina, and Maysville, North Carolina. It says Trenton, North Carolina, but then says Maysville, North Carolina. Anyway, go to backroadbarbecuerun.com to get more information. The smoke.
boy, have people lost their shit on the
Oh my
post about
God.
this, huh?
Jeepers creepers, we probably could have already sold out if I had ticket sales open. Everybody is so excited. They love the artwork.
By the way, sorry, both shirts are already sold.
Yeah. Yeah. Again, Squindo absolutely
Killed
knocked it
it.
out of the park with this. He really, really did. It's outstanding.
Yep.
So excited to be coming back to Rowan County Fairgrounds September 7th through 10th, 2023. All sorts of
Oh, Greenboro, you Forrest Gump sounding Yankees. Listen here, Johnny.
Greenboro.
Greenbow is what they said in
Greenbow.
Forrest Gump,
Yeah. It's Greenbow, Alabama.
Greenbow, Alabama.
Greenbow,
Anyway,
Alabama.
Did he say spit the chaw out?
Estimated date to sales to start.
I'm
Somebody's
going to
asking.
try and get sales open by January 1st, if not sooner.
There you go.
I need my graphics department to get some stuff done. The graphics department is Chris.
A lot of
so you know.
A lot of shit slinging.
I know,
going on
right?
here
Hey,
tonight.
it's hard to find good help. If anybody knows a good graphics designer, send them my way. The One Motorcycle.
You should be glad that your mother watches this show. That's all I'm going to say. Go ahead, finish your events, goddammit.
I know you took it off my screen. I can't see it. The One Motorcycle Show, April 28th through the 30th, 2023. You can go to theonemoto.com to get more information on that one.
And Heather, if people have events going on in the motorcycle
They
world,
can
what should
send
they
them,
do?
They can email them to me at psychosourcemain@comcast.net. Please include as much information as possible along with a flyer, and we'll get that up here.
On the Shop Talk, what's happening? You're so good at Shop Talk events calendar is brought to you by the Bikers
happening?
Info app, the Everything Bikers app, all in one place, everything you need, and it's free. All right, rolling right along here in the Dennis Kirk Motorcycle Studio. We are pushing the 120-minute mark.
That's
Thank you
because
guys.
y'all were just out of control.
Dude, it was a great show, though. It was a great show.
I have
we
news
got-
next week about Tankful. I'm very excited to share.
Okay.
It's got to
Next-
wait till
You
next
have to wait
week,
till
though.
next week.
Yeah.
Who's our guest next week? Heather, back to you.
Keith Kaiser from
Oh,
the Antique Motorcycle
Look
Association.
at that. I
is
thought I
our
didn't think
guest
she was
next
going to be
week.
ready for us, Mark.
When that happens.
Yep, and then we have 2 weeks off because of Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
But we'll have lots of stuff going on. We'll have lots of shop time videos.
Yep,
so-
and when we come back, we're going to have Lionel Gammon from Barnyard Bike.
And Law
on-
Tigers.
And Law Tigers,
In case
yep.
people haven't made that connection.
Two.
All right. That's it. We're cutting.
Done. I'm done with
let's,
you.
Let's pull this one back into the station. Thank you guys so much for being here with us. Thanks to everyone from the Chopper Friends Throwdown, Jason Mook, and the whole crew for taking time and coming in from all over the country. You guys do not want to miss that.
No, it's going to be such a good time.
Absolutely. Oh, Robin Higginbottom, Merry Christmas to you too.
Merry Christmas.
Thanks for a hilarious show, Greenboro, Alabama, right around the corner. Pigeon Creek, hence Sweet Home, Alabama. Oh, so listen, stay safe. People get crazy around this time of year.
Mhm.
You can
Bitches
blame
be
it on
crazy.
their families. Bitches be crazy.
Bitches be
Just drink more eggnog.
Take care of yourselves.
Shitter's full.
Do some. Do something with your motorcycle till we come back here next week. Same chopper time.
Same Chopper channel.
Merry Christmas, Felicia.
We'd like to thank our sponsors for their continued support, and we hope you pay them a visit when you're in the market for great motorcycle parts, products, and events. S&S Cycle, Makuni American, Baco Parts, The Broken Spoke Saloon, Twisted Tea, The Iron Horse Saloon, High Seas Rally, Twisted Choppers, Twin Power, Drag Specialties, Geico, Law Tigers, Tech Cycle, Fueling Parts, Lone Star Rally, Hijinks Apparel, Progressive Insurance, Spectra oil, no school choppers, Motion Pro